Hello and welcome to our how-to video on holiday management in Mission Control. Mission Control comes with holiday management built in, which allows you to work with holidays for individual roles, specific teams, or you could specify it as a global holiday and it would be applied org-wide. Holidays will allow you to record your annual leave, sick leave, public holidays, and other unavailable times. You have the option to track holidays for individual users. For example, you can create holiday allowance records for a user and add the holidays allowed for a specified time period. For example, you're allowed 20 paid days for 2022. And when a user creates a holiday, the holiday allowance record can be linked to that holiday, and the calculation will be done in the background to figure out the total holidays used so far and the remaining holidays. You can also choose to enable holiday approvals. So a user themselves won't be able to approve their own holidays. Their manager would have to approve the holiday for them once it is submitted. Approved holidays will be applied to the appropriate user, and you'll be able to see those changes live and in different places like the timesheet, the Gantt chart, or scheduler. So for the scheduler, you'll see the holidays in red, and the idea is that it should help you schedule your actions around those periods. You can also choose to enable an option which will allow you to automatically adjust the start and end date of actions if they are on the same date as a holiday. Let's have a look. We can access the holidays from the holidays tab over here. And if you don't see the holidays tab here, you might want to make sure it's not under more tab. And if it's not here, then you'll need to add it to the navigation items. Just click on the pencil icon, go into add more items, select the all items and search for holidays. Since I've already added it, I won't see it here. And if you still don't see it, you might need to contact your system administrator to allow you access to that tab. From this page, you can create holidays for roles, teams, or for the org-wide. Let's start by creating a holiday for a specific role, author. I also want to track holidays for him. So for that, I'll need to use the holiday allowances. I haven't created that, so let's go ahead and do that as well. Author PTO 2022 01 01 2022 31st 12 2022. So Arthur is allowed 20 days for his annual leave, and search for the role Arthur. Save. Once that's done, I can go back into holidays and go to new. So this is from the perspective of Arthur, who's entering in this holiday record so that it can be approved later on by his timesheet approver, that is me. So Arthur, PTO, he wants to take the day off on the 5th. Day's taken 1, hours taken 8, type is annual leave, search for Arthur Morgan, and holiday allowance will automatically filter it so that it only shows the holiday allowances for him. And then he can set it to submit it, and then we can click on save. So if I go into author, the timesheet approver for author is Omar, that's me. If I go back into the holidays tab, there's a list view that you can use, holidays requiring my approval. So this will list all the holidays that require your approval, and it's a dynamic list view, so that any other user that uses that list view, they'll only be shown holidays that require their own approval. So you can, if everything's good, you can just set this to approved and click save. All done. So that's the individual roles holiday. We'll have a look at how the changes are in a moment. Let's go and create a holiday for the teams. Let's say the Australian team has a public holiday coming up this week. So AU team holiday, you can set the start date to, let's say, the 6th. You don't want to specify any roles or holiday allowance for now, just leave that empty. You can 1 day 8 hours, and the type is public holiday, and just set this to approve from here. Now to assign this to the team that will be the Australian team, you just go into the related tab of the holiday and click on new for the holiday assignments, and then just look up the team here. So Australia team. So the Australian team, I've got a few members over there. So I've got Colin, Omar, Rick, and Arthur. So we'll see a red block for them indicating a holiday if we go into the scheduler, which we'll have a look in a moment. And finally, let's create a holiday record for global holiday, so everyone has a day off. Global holiday. So you don't want to specify any roles here, you just want to specify the start date and date. Let's say that's on Friday 9th September, public holiday, and you want to make sure that's global holiday set over here, one date, and ours are 8. Set this to approved and save. Now let's go into the scheduler and have a look at some of those changes over there. I'll open up the Gantt chart as well, which we'll have a look in a moment. So as you see, I've got a few holidays over here. So we created a holiday for Arthur on the 5th of September, which we can see over here. We also created a holiday for the Australian team. So Arthur was on the Australian team, so was Colin, and so was I, and Rick as well. So you'll see holidays for them. And we created a global holiday which applied to all roles. So you'll see these red blocks for each one of these roles on the 9th September. Another thing we can have a look at for holidays is when you want to take a holiday and across a number of days. So for example, I want to have a holiday next week on the 12th and ends on the 13th. Or PTO, and so it's going to be 2 days, and let's say I'm taking a half day on the first day and one full day on the next day. So 4 and 8, that's 12 hours. Type is annual leave. Since I don't have a timesheet approver, I can just set this to approve myself. Click on save. Now by default, what it's going to do is divide the number of hours taken or the days taken evenly. So if I go into the timesheet, and I go into next week, I'll see that I've got 6 hours for Monday that I've taken off, and I've got 6 hours for Tuesday that I've taken off. But I actually want it to be 4 hours on the first day and 8 hours on the next day. So what you can do is manually distribute it by going into the manage distribution. So I'll set this to 4 hours and this one to 8 hours and click save. And once I go back into the timesheet and refresh, I'll see the changes live over there. So I just need to update the page to next week. There you go. So 4 hours on the first day and 8 hours on the second day. Let's talk about action rescheduling. So there's a setting that you can leave unchecked within the control pad, where it will automatically reschedule actions that fall within a holiday. So for example, I created a public holiday on the 9th of September, and if I assign an action on that day, it's going to move it ahead by 1 day. So we've got the setting disable action rescheduling around holidays. This setting is disabled by default, so it's going to reschedule those actions when you have a holiday. Let's go into the Gantt chart. So as you'll see, this day has been grayed out over here, which is a public holiday. And if I try to edit this action so that it falls on the public holiday, which is the 9th, and click on confirm, it's going to push that on to the next available working day, which would be Monday the 12th, and it's not going to reschedule it on the 9th. Click save. In regards to approvals, if you want users to not be able to approve their own holiday records, you'll need to enable the validation rule for it. So, and that is available in setup, object manager, holidays, holiday, go into validation rules, can't approve own holidays, so just make sure that this is active. Just edit it and mark active as true, and you should be good to go. And finally, if you'd like to show the holidays remaining for roles, you can choose to add that onto the Lightning record pages. For example, the role record page. So if we go into a role record over here, so we can add a report chart over here to the Lightning App Builder. So we can access that using the cogwheel icon here and click on Edit Page. Then we can search for the report chart component. There you go. And just drag that on. So you have the option to choose the holiday allowance remaining role report or the holiday allowance remaining summary. The most appropriate in this instance would be the holiday allowance remaining role, and then you can just filter it by record ID, and it's going to show the different holiday allowances and how many days remain for each one of them. So you can just close it from here, and then you can just click save. And I'll just show the other report as well. So this one is going to show a summary of all the users with their holiday allowance and how many days remain for them. So yeah, so let's go back and have a look at the report chart that we've added. So for me, I've got 2 separate holiday allowances, and it's showing me how many days remain for each one of those holiday allowances. And if I go into a different role record, so that is the report chart for Arthur. This concludes the how-to video on holiday management in Mission Control. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us via support tickets or to the email mentioned here. We have a lot of resources that you can take advantage of, like our very detailed user guide. We have a lot of training videos on our website. We have a searchable knowledge base as well as a learning portal. That's all for today, and have a good day.